Here in the United States, we just celebrated President's Day, which is a pretty typical time for companies to run sales. Last week, we went over the Fender sale, 30% off the Fintera 2 models, and some people in the comment section of that video happened to say things along the lines of, it's because the prices are just so exorbitantly expensive, or the economy is really bad, or people just don't have money. But to me, when I look at that sale and some of the other smaller sales that I saw from other manufacturers, it didn't really cause any like, oh no, this is actually really bad or potentially really bad. But I got an email earlier today, and it's why I'm filming this video right now, that PRS, who just came off of a holiday sale where they had the SEs, the S2s, the bolt-ons, and the core models on sale. I can't remember ever seeing the core models just universally on sale before this. Just put the core models back on sale until the end of March for 15% off. So, what's going on? From 2020 to 2023, it's not an exaggeration to say that it was a gigantic boom for the guitar industry. Some brands, including Fender, posted record-breaking sales years, and that's pretty wild to think about considering they've been around since the 1950s. Demand was outpacing supply, and it seemed like the companies were able to just keep creeping the prices up and up and up and up, and the customers were willing to keep paying that. This was completely abnormal, and I think we're starting to see the correction of that really at a fast rate. One thing I think plays a major factor in all of this, and I feel like is a really good benchmark to take in data from, is the state of the used market. During the boom, the used market went absolutely crazy, just like new guitar pricing has gone crazy, because there were no new guitars available, and people were willing to pay whatever to get their hands on something, especially if it was sought after or something that was high-end and had a long wait time attached to it. Now, look at the current market. There aren't those wait times. The demand has gone down substantially for other reasons, which we may touch on a little bit later on in the video, but at the end of the day here, the competition and the gap between new pricing and used pricing isn't the same as it was, and new guitars have to do a little bit more to compete with more affordable used guitars. Let's just call a spade here. A lot of high-end American-made instruments have gone into luxury territory. $3,500 became $4,000. $4,000 became $4,500, and $4,500 in some cases became $5,600. Luxury only works when people feel financially stable. For people that are hobbyists or just casual players or collectors, that might result in, slowing down a little bit or potentially just being a little bit more careful with your next purchase. But for working class musicians under these sorts of environments financially, it can just cause a complete stop when it comes to buying things outside of necessities like picks and strings. When the cost of living, especially on essentials like your rent, your insurance, your car, your groceries, your gas, are things that people are struggling to just get by with those on, discretionary spending on things like high-end guitars or even just mid-tier guitars, that's going to be the first thing that kind of closes the purse a little bit, so to speak. That doesn't mean that the guitars that are being made by these brands, especially the high-end ones like a Core PRS, aren't still excellent instruments, but it does mean that the buying environment has changed. So the real question I have here is something I'd like your input on if you're willing to leave a comment on this video. Do you think we've hit the ceiling of what people are willing to spend on high-end American guitars? I'm not so sure. I feel like we're close. If we haven't already hit it, we're definitely right on the threshold of it. But one thing I do know for certain is this: promotions don't come out of nowhere. They're not random. They come when momentum slows down. I want to end the video by saying I wish nothing but the best for Paul Reed Smith, and I don't think that this is a doomsday thing. I think that we're just in a really rough patch, and it's not just the music industry. It seems like it's every industry. There's just so much uncertainty because we live in very uncertain times indeed. At the end of the day, though, new guitars are still going to be made. New guitars are still going to be bought, but for a lot of people, the prices have to make sense for the current world that we're living in. Thank you for watching today's video. Please leave a comment again. Let me know your thoughts down below, and I'll see you on the next one. Take it easy.